think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You open up my scars. I think I need a 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 break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You open up my scars. I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You open up my scars. I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You open up my scars. I think I need a
I know it's bad, but I can't help myself. When I feel sad, I escape from my sense. Lately music's been my reminiscence. That's when I listen. I know it's bad that I can't help myself. When I get mad, I set fire to the hell. The only way to keep it at a distance, that's when I listen. Music is the reason why I stay, stay, stay. A cheering melody will fix a melancholic heart. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay. I feel alive, I feel alive, I feel alive. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay. I feel alive, I feel alive. The music is the reason. I see the signs when I stay in my shell. As soon as I'm sad, I tend to build a fence. That's when I need tunes to keep on living, like someone's listening. I see the signs when I seek for the lights. I know it's bad when I forget myself. Lately music's been my self-reminder, my self-reminder. Music is the reason why I stay. Melody will fix a melancholic heart. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay. I feel alive, I feel alive, I feel alive. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay.
Hello and welcome everybody back at Speedy Racing. As you can see, qualifying is underway. Slight technical issue, my bad. So, where was I? What I wanted to say is that we are back at Speedy It's Racing, and as you can see, I am back as a commentator for the GT3 series. Hi, my name is Klubi. Qualifying is just underway. It's been 15 minutes, and drivers have been setting quite impressive lap times in even in quite harsh conditions. We can see that it's raining. The track is kind of greasy. Probably there won't be any more fastest lap attempts, but we can only pay for something to happen in the next 2-3 minutes so that drivers can get out on track. As we can see, most people are in the pits. None of them really want to go out, maybe just to do some practice. But if we don't get a new pole sitter, our current pole sitter, whose name is not Gaiamini, wait. Why does it show Gaiamini to me? Okay, but it is Gianluca Testai in his McLaren. And also a newcomer who I just added to the series. He just opened the ticket and he said to me he wants to race today. Is none other than... Where are we? Yes. It's none other than Alexei Moshunov, who actually wanted to take... Which car? Yeah, it happened kind of fast. I think he wanted the Porsche 992, yes. So he wanted to race in the Porsche 992, but because he didn't specify me a car at first, I just gave him the 720 Evo, because, you know, that's my favorite car. It's a very drivable car. It's really popular. You can find a lot of setups for it, and I don't think he's going to have any problems with it. He also said that it is a normal car. We couldn't change it last minute because the entry list was already up for practice, and that would kind of need me to restart the server, which is throwing off people. So, but we can see that Gaiamini is out on track. We can Federico Gaiamini with his DMF course. Ferrari trying to set a new fastest lap. He's only 0.2 of a second behind Testai, but he doesn't manage to improve on his lap time, and no wonder. Now the track is only damp, so he can actually go for another fastest lap, but he invalidates his lap into the first corner. He was trying to push. There's still time for another one, because a fast lap is 1 minute 28. He actually kind of gained some time into the first corner, so he has plenty of time to set another lap. Doesn't really have to think about saving his tires. He's most probably on wet tires. I don't see any dry lines as of now. Another person who is trying to climb the leaderboard is Daniel Mundo OM from the Omega Motorsports Italia racing team. Also a newcomer into the league. Actually, it's quite nice to see how many new people we have on track, because I haven't been commentating the GT3 series for the past few races, and Of course, I can see similar faces, just as Justin Van Housen, Ollie Shefford, Tomasz Donny, and I think that is it. We don't have Vincent Seitz. Oh, also Caprio. So we don't have Vincent Seitz. Sadly, I think we lost Ricky Chiesa, who could have made a speedy as GT3 champion. Hello, Risha. Good to see you again. So yeah, I think he could have made speedy as GT3 champion, definitely. But with his luck, it was kind of, yeah, it was kind of how do you call it? Yeah, unlikely in his first season. But his luck was changing. Sorry for putting in the track intro. We are just transitioning to the race. So, wish all drivers luck, and soon we can come back with the... Why can't I speak English today? That is crazy. I'm sorry. So we can come back with the grid walk. In the meanwhile, I'll be reading some comments. What are your predictions for today? Because I haven't been following the GT3 series all that much. I know that we have way more people than we used to, as the league is growing. Also, really important information for today's race. There is a mandatory pit window in place voted by the drivers. So we won't have any last lap pitters or any first lap pitters just to, you know, get around the strategy. Risha says, damn, they are all so fast. Yeah, I don't think I could hit those lap times, especially not in wet conditions. Probably there was some dry session or some dry time on track. First 5 minutes, maybe.
Alright, we have some wet conditions. Remember that curves are slippery and watch your braking distance.
But other than that, I don't really think you have anything else. Okay, so now drivers have finally lined up on the track, and I think we can start with all our usual grid walk. So we'll be on board 3 and taking pole position on the speediest GT3 Season 3, Round 3. A lot of threes. Red Bull Racing, Red Bull Racing, sorry. Red Bull Ring GP is Giamoko Testai. I still cannot pronounce a lot of names. Then taking P2 will be Alexei Moshunov, who is actually a really newcomer to the league. He was just added an hour ago, and he's already on P2, so that's a good sign for him. Then taking P3 will be Fabio Gaiamini with his DMF Corsa. Ferrari. P4 will be Daniel Mundo with his Omega Motorsport Mercedes AMG. Then 5th place will be Akira Murakami with his Forte Racing Lamborghini. P6 is Maxim's Ananiev. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing some of these names wrong. Then P7 will be Brent Wershoren. P8 will be Darren Byford. P9 will be Justin Van Housen, flashing his lights already. P10 will be Jonathan Keitaro Probovo with his Nusad. Okay, yes, his Ferrari. P11 will be Nathan Rumbautus. And some people actually forgot to press drive. So two people have been put back to the pits, as I can see. P14 will be Clifford Morgan with his Oregon team Lamborghini. These Oregon team Lamborghinis are very, very popular. Then P15 will be Wissam Yafat. P16 will be Galbarini, Alessandro Galbarini. Then P17 will be Tamashdani, again with an Aragon team Lamborghini. Then what is happening? I am so sorry. Then we can see P18 will be Ollie Shefford with his usual McLaren. P19 will be Crescenzo Caprio. P20 will be Eric Stadani. I still cannot pronounce names. P20 is again... Oh! Stadani actually got put back to 19th, so a lot of people have jumped up places. So Min Kim will be starting from the pits alongside Trevor Byford. I think we have a brother pair on the grid with Trevor Byford and Darren Byford. Hope they can confirm it, or they might not. It might be just a coincidence. We'll see. So as we can see, drivers have already started their warm-up laps, although it won't help much in wet conditions. Most people will try to avoid the curbs as they have become very slippery, notoriously slippery around the Red Bull Ring. And I was happy a sub 130 racing alone. Mr. Visser says, let's go Vanhausen! A lot of people cheering for their mates. And drivers have lined up double file. The last two corners are coming up. And the race will go underway. Really important question to ask is, in these wet conditions, how will the first corner look like? Because obviously, yeah, we know that the first corner is already a big chaos in most leagues. Hopefully it won't be like that here. And then I just don't know what to say. I really hope the drivers can get through it clean. So all the 19 drivers on the grid, 2 drivers are in the pits. And we get the green. Drivers have started racing and into the first corner. Testai gets a big advantage, but someone is already in the wall at the back. What is happening? Most drivers have managed to come through turn 1 cleanly, or at least somewhat cleanly, going off the track. And it seems like Yafat got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Oh, and now we can see the newcomer. Moshunov throws it on the inside, but there is a switchback coming from Testai. Side by side, the two McLarens. What is happening in the first lap? Let's see who is going to brake later. Testai on the inside, but he runs wide. And he's in the gravel trap. Moshunov gets first place. A lot of people in the gravel trap. What is happening? So Moshunov is still clean. Oh, but what is happening with Testai? Testai was nearly in the wall. Currently, he's being hunted by multiple drivers. He just has to get back into the racing pace he has. Justin Vanhausen is on the podium currently. Testai is just swallowed by the grid as of now. He cannot find his pace. Oh, and a near incident. What is happening? I think that was Byford. No, it wasn't. Who was it? Oh, Minion Kin is also throwing it sideways. But it was Ananyev. Yeah, sorry. Ananyev. I still have to get to know these drivers. But I promise after this race... Oh, and someone is already in the wall again! Another McLaren. And it was Ollie Sheffield. All carbon McLaren. And Moshunov gets the fastest lap, by the way. Did they not switch to wet tires? Some of them might not have, but I don't see anyone who would be going to the pits other than Yafat, who went to the pits because of his drive-through. We can see Moshunov is actually quite comfy in these wet conditions, so I think we might as well just switch to another battle between Dana Byford in P8 and oh, and Daniel Mundo, who have been battling side by side for the past few laps. And Mundo goes a bit too wide. Okay, that was a safe rejoin, although kind of questionable, pushing the Porsche up the track. But Mundo has been falling as well. He has qualified, I think, P4, P5. And he has been dropping places ever since. A lot of people have trouble competing in wet conditions, which will probably go away for a while because we have been seeing a lot of wet races. Oh, what happened? The commentators curse Daniel Mundo and Paez make contact. And drops multiple positions. And Tomasz Dani goes through, I think. No, Tomasz Dani is actually at the front. Oh! And an unsafe rejoin. With the 63 Ferrari getting rammed. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? I think Daniel Mundo has already gave up. I don't see him anywhere on the current leaderboard. What I can see now is that Fabio Gaiamini is closing the gap to Moshunov. Both of them feel quite okay on track, as it seems. They have probably practiced for the wet conditions. I think practice had some wet conditions as well. It's not just the race and the qualifying. But it seems like in 30 minutes the track will be drying up. In 10 minutes we'll get somewhat of a rain, but it won't be a whole lot. Oh, and Gaiamini on the inside. Oh, and the two drivers make contact, but the Gaiamini, will he let the McLaren go? No! He keeps his position. Well, now it's Moshunov's turn to do something about this. He has been leading the race for the past 4 minutes, approximately. I don't think he's doing a bad job at all. In the meanwhile, two OGs, if I can call them that, Justin Van Housen and Tomasz Dani, are also close to the podium. Justin Van Housen is on the podium as of now, and Tomasz Dani is really, really close to it. I think the closest he has ever gotten in Speediat's racing history. While Dana Byford sets the fastest lap with the 5:05 Ferrari. What is happening with Byford? And what I've heard, the 488 is not really a good competition car. And when I was driving it, I was like, who can drive really fast with this, you know, actually compete with it? But as it seems, Darren Byford can. And he's hunting down Galvarini. Side by side, the two cars. Let's see, will the McLaren brake late and make contact? There is a slight contact between the two. The McLaren was pushing the Ferrari wide, but now the Ferrari is on the inside. And will be on the inside again, but he manages to clear. He manages to clear Galvarini. And it's an over and through overtake. So I'll try to check the YouTube comment section as well. But I am mainly on Twitch to check. Byford is just going through the field. Don't think there is any other battle except the one between Murakami and Verschoren. It's kind of close to the car ahead, but what happened to Verschoren? Oh, I think I see what happened. But that's not Verschoren, that's Caprio. Was throwing it sideways. I think Verschoren was just caught up in an accident, maybe spun around as well. Murakami manages to gain a place, while Darren Byford is just going through the pack. It's amazing to see how he can control that car in these conditions. Ooh, taking some of the curb, we can see that the Lamborghini did not like that. He couldn't brake in time, and he also picked up some debris. The consequence, he was going into the gravel trap, and a lot of drivers don't understand that going onto the curbs in these conditions is not really ideal. If you want to set a fast lap, just find a dry line. Avoid the curves because they are really, really slippery. Maybe on the exits if you really want to use them. But in my opinion, and I think a lot of other racers' opinions, it's not really advised to take them. Especially because it's also currently raining. There's a lot of standing water on the curbs. Papiez, what the hell is going on with these people? I feel bad for stewards after that. Yeah, me too. I'm sorry to say, but me too. And Tamás Dani is actually closing to Prabovo. I think we should take a look at that. So Prabovo in front, but the Oregon Racing team, Lamborghini. Oh, was it actually Prabovo who made the overtake? We just missed that. But there is an ongoing battle between the two because Tamás Dani was actually in 4th place and Tamás Dani on the inside. But he couldn't manage brake in time. And on the inside once again, will they make contact? I feel like there was a slight contact which we didn't see. We'll have to check. Let's see. Oh, why do we have Gallarmini? It's a replay of Gallarmini's fastest lap. He's ahead of Moshunov, and Moshunov seems to be losing out on pace. Maybe he's just conserving his fuel so that he doesn't have to refill as much. We don't have a set refueling time, so he can still gain some advantage by not using as much fuel. Although I don't think most drivers for a 1-hour race will have to take a lot of fuel. I think they can go through it with one tank. There is a mandatory refueling, but other than that, there's nothing else really that they have to do. In the back of the pack, we can see on the leaderboard tower that Tamás Dani is losing time, and he's currently in P6. Darren Byford is already up to P4. I'm not sure what that man is doing, but in the meanwhile, Fabio Gaiamini, as we can see, made a mistake. I hope those don't keep coming, because if they do, he might be losing out to Darren Byford as well. When what is happening? Justin Van Housen is in P2, and as I can see, Moshunov just spun it around. Moshunov is in the wall and has lost multiple positions. The one driver I did not expect to spin around. He's currently behind Ananayev, who is P8. Moshunov seems to be struggling with grip. And Fabio Gaiamini has a pretty damn comfortable gap behind him. Justin Van Housen is 14 seconds behind. And Moshunov is again off the track. But a tendency that I have been noticing is that a lot of drivers who have been making mistakes, or just one mistake that they have been making, they just keep on doing it because they try to, like, you know, push and get their places back, but realistically that is not happening. I mean, they can push, they can get their places back, but you still have to keep your cool and not just drive as aggressively as you can. And I think a lot of drivers have that mindset. Also, let's see on YouTube, do we have any interesting comments? Moshunov seems to have found his pace once again. He isn't the fastest man on track, but he can keep lapping without mistake as of now. And just to not put the commentator's curse on him, let's switch to an actual battle on track between Sebastian Paez and Galbarini ahead of him. Alessandro Galbarini. 10 minutes, the rain will stop. Ooh, and Galbarini on the outside manages to get a great exit and clears the McLaren. Or, sorry, Sebastian Paez has had a great run on the outside, but Alessandro Galbarini in the wall. He was trying to push and keep his car positioned just on the rear bumper of Sebastian Paez. And he took the curb and spun it around. Seems like he couldn't even stop into turn 1. So Sebastian Paz manages to clear the McLaren and also doesn't really have any pressure coming from behind. In the meanwhile, Tamás Dani is still battling with Prabovo, and it seems like he came out on top as of now. An overtake just happened between the two as well. And Caprio seems to be in the pits. Not sure if he has a lot of damage or what else is happening. Only 20 minutes into the race. In a few, we'll get the pit window open. And Justin Van Housen is closing the gap to Gaiamini. Oh, and Prabovo. What is happening? Galbarini definitely spun it around. That's not what we are interested in. We are interested in Tamás Dani's battle as the head of a 3-driver battle. 4, probably joining the 5th. As Moshunov is also behind this pack, and he was one of the fastest men on track. Tamás Dani is still at the front. Oh, what happened to Prabovo? He managed to keep it on track, but he lost a position or two. And Prabovo will have to watch his back. As Moshunov is just right behind him. Also another shout out. We didn't make the affiliate tabs yet, but if you want to check out some cool also software, drinks, or sim racing gear, you can check all of them out in the links down below. We are currently affiliated with Rogue Energy, Track Racer, and the whole of Proton. So if you're looking for a VPN, a pass, or Drive, Gmail, not Gmail, Proton Mail, sorry, an email provider, which is really, really secure, as Proton has a lot of benefits. You can go and check them out. But enough of that, because we are currently focusing on the racing and what is happening with Sebastian Paz. I just saw someone dive. Dive on him. Yes, it's Murakami. The battle between the two seems to be, how do you call it, unfolding. But it seems like Sebastian Paz has been cleared by the Lamborghini of Murakami. And that was the end of it. So in just a minute, pit window is going to be open. And it is crazy what has happened in the last 20 minutes. I don't think we've ever had such a full of action race, ever. So Sebastian Paz runs wide as well. That ominous first corner is not really trying to help drivers at all. When, as we can see, Murakami is already going and trying to take another position, which he does, diving on the outside of Probovo. Murakami seems to have found his pace as well. I think he might have pitted.
Pit window is open.
I think he might have pitted for dry tires, and as there is a dry line, maybe, forming. I don't think he's on dries though. There is no way he's on dry tires. But he's hunting down Ananyev, who's ahead of him. Ananyev is prone to making mistakes from what I saw. But Murakami as well, he just went to the runoff area of the last turn. And he might get attacked by Probovo, but Probovo takes a bit too much curb there. I'm not sure if he could slow down in time. Oh, and what is happening? Murakami! Is it Murakami? It's not Murakami. It was Ananyev. Ananyev has lost control. So it seems like Murakami has a clear road ahead of him. The rain has stopped. The track is still wet though. Murakami will find himself battling with a manufacturer team member as well. Tamás Dani, 2 Lamborghinis, but Murakami was in the gravel trap. He did not get overtaken, but he held up the Ferrari. And now the 2 guys behind him are battling and try to take advantage of the situation. There hasn't been a position change yet. But the pit window is open, and then everyone will have to make their pit stops now in this 15-minute window. Kim is already in the pits. Min Kim just stopped his car. Let's see when P1 will go into the pits. What we are interested in is still the battle between Akira Murakami Jonathan Keitaro Probovo and Sebastian Paez. Sorry, I have to search for the names. It's so bad. Because I don't just want to be saying the last names of drivers. And the new broadcasting software doesn't really let me see the names in real time. So Kim has completed his pit stop. He's the first one in line. And he hasn't really dropped a lot of positions. Still 18 drivers on track, so we haven't lost a lot. It's only been three drivers who had to give up this race. Oh, and Probovo is coming into the pits. He wants to do an undercut on the 2 other drivers ahead of him. Tamás Dani is still not bothered, in peace, driving at his own pace. Trying to still take advantage of this situation, and probably he is currently planning He is currently planning his pit stop, not to lose too much time, because a badly timed pit stop or just a wrong entry can mess up a whole racing strategy. So he's definitely focusing on that as of now. While Darren Byford, in the meanwhile, by the way, just got up to P2, so he overtook Justin Van Housen as well. So Darren Byford will be a really competitive competitor for Fabio Gaiamini. Also, don't forget to join our Le Mans Ultimate race as well today. The stream will be starting at like 7:40. Nearly said 6, 7. Jesus Christ, this generation is absolutely doomed. I'm sorry. I know I'm a speedy idiot, but it's even too much for me. Also, Pravovo, at the end of his pit stop, received a drive-through penalty. He was speeding in the pit, which is, of course, not a pleasant situation to be in. But for now, the track has been drying up. It is still wet, so I wouldn't say, you know, pit now and get dry tires, but it is soon time for that. The pit window is only open for 8 minutes, though. If I would be a driver, I would either just risk it for the biscuit and then go into the pits, get a dry tire, somehow survive, and then wait until it gets actually dry, or keep my wet tire, or not change a compound, actually, yeah, keep my wet tire, just refuel like 1 or 2 liters if my tank can, you know, last till the end of the race. And then come out another time to switch to dry tires. Who else is in the pits? Galbarini, Verschoren, Morgan, and Shefford are all in the pits. Morgan has been in the pits, but I think it was mainly for repairing body panels as a result of collision and a lot of racing incidents that have been happening because of the dry weather, the wet weather, the dry weather. Provovo still hasn't cleared his drive-through penalty. He'll have to do that in the next lap. And the top runners still haven't pitted. Provovo is clearing his penalty. And let's see, is there another battle between drivers? Moshinov is still out, and he's being chased by Verschoren, who's a lap down. But keep in mind, Verschoren has pitted already. Moshinov has made quite a nice comeback. He's still in P6. Also, the other Byford, Trevor Byford, seems to be in kind of a rough condition. He hasn't pitted either, but he's at least up to P7. But I think his pit stop will definitely put him down a position or 2. Oh, and Sebastian Paez also got a penalty. Stop and go for 30 seconds. Probably for speeding in the pit lane. Or speeding in the pit lane twice. Paz was running such a smooth race in his Porsche. I think he isn't really that high up in the championship standings, but he could have really scored some points here. I think he still can. Oh, and I think it's Fabio Gaiamini, is it? Who's coming into the pits. Yes, it is. We can see Fabio Gaiamini coming into the pits as well. Also, I'm not sure if I should say Gaiamini or Galamini. For some reason, I read it as a Spanish person. I am a Hungarian studying in Denmark, so no reason for that, but hopefully I pronounce it right. He'll correct me in the comment section if I don't. A lot of people came to make their pit stops, and currently Justin Van Housen is in P1. But he's the only one that didn't come to the pit yet. And Darren Byford is also out. Let's see how close he can get. Fabio Gaiamini. He has already made his pit stop, and Gaiamini is already out through the first corner, so he still has a lot of work to do until the end of this race if he wants to snatch away that victory. Let's see, will Justin Van Housen make his pit stop as well? Or will he wait another lap? Robovo got a stop and go penalty of 30 seconds as well. And Justin Van Housen is into the pits as well. So let's see. Will we see the other drivers passing him soon? That is a Moshunov. And there is no sign of Gaiamini as of now. Let's see where Gaiamini is. Just coming through the last corners. And can Justin Van Housen take advantage of pitting a lap later? But we can see Tom Ashdani, I think, or who is it? I think it's Morgan. Yes, definitely Morgan. Fighting with Verschoren. We saw the two cars going side by side into the start-finish straight, the main straight. And this is going to be a three-way battle as Trevor Byford is also joining. The beat-up McLaren, who might not be as beat up anymore. Or which might not be as beat up anymore. Let's see. Can Clifford Morgan keep his position? The Ford of Brent, where Shoren is on the inside and manages to make the overtake. Will there be any answer from Clifford Morgan in the Oregon team Lamborghini? The Oregon team guys actually put up quite a big show today. Tomasz Dani in P4. And Clifford Morgan in P9. Superbovo taking his 30-second stop-and-go penalty. Oh! Brent Verschoren, as we can see, kind of kicked the backhand of that Ford, which compromised his exit. The damn track will soon require dry tires. What is happening here, ladies and gentlemen? Do we see any other battle on track? Justin Vanhausen came out to be P3 once again, so there is no change. No change in any of the drivers' positions, at least. And the Ford of Brent Verschoren has also found his pace once again as well. Trying to take the dry line as much as possible, although it is not quite optimal yet. But it is way, way better than the other drivers we can see for now behind him. So he can start building the gap. Kind of get away. Fabio Gaiamini manages take a top spot once again. On the leaderboard of times, and he manages to set a fastest lap. Darren Byford is getting closer and closer. But the advantage of knowing how to drive in such harsh conditions, in the wet, will disappear for him, as the track is drying currently is greasy. So it's very, very slippery. It's just like when it first starts raining and that mushy layer of just dust is on track. Which can easily send drivers flying. The temperature is increasing. And Byford can still keep doing his lap times, which is a good sign for now. Drivers are kind of spaced out currently on track. We can take a look at the track map, maybe, and then see. Who might be having a battle. I think Gaiamini currently lapping some cars, but there shouldn't be any problems with our blue flag rules in place. But we might as well just take a look on Justin Vanhausen, as he's lapping some people. Justin Vanhausen is currently on the tail of... Why can't I find him? Is it just me? Or you guys don't see the Ferrari either? I think it was Ananiev, but it shouldn't be. It was Ananiev. At least I think so. Because he is the only Ferrari with the Verstappen Racing livery on track. Oh, sorry. It was it was Wissam Yafat. My bad. Yes, it was Wissam Yafat. Somehow I mistook I mistook this Ferrari for the Verstappen racing Ferrari of Ananiev. Oh, what is happening with Yafat? He just going back around? Seems like. Oh, and one of the Oregon team cars are there. Thank God, nothing has happened. Tamáš overtakes Yafat, currently in last place. Oh, and it seems like Clifford Morgan is having a battle with Trevor Byford. Trevor Byford somehow managed to get through Clifford Morgan. Morgan's performance seems to be dropping a bit because of the greasy track. Oh! Let's see. Do we have some new comments? As of now, not yet. When Darren Byford's great lap times have been dropping, the track is green, which means it's ideal to get some dry racing tires. As we can see, Clifford Morgan also has to deal with some traffic, which is absolutely not ideal. And the lap Provovo is also behind him. Oh! And it seems like Clifford Morgan is going to the gravel trap. I probably should stop watching him. It might be just the commentator's curse. In the meanwhile, Gaiamini is at the front. And Moshinov sets the fastest lap once again. Seems like Moshinov has found himself again. But from here, it's definitely not enough to get up to the top. It would need to be more than 3 seconds faster per lap than Gaiamini. At least get to him, overtake him. And in racing terms, that just means that's kind of impossible. So Moshinov still has his fastest lap. The track is fast, so it's getting faster and faster. It's getting drier and drier and warmer. I'm not sure what other other words I should throw at the track. but it is really, really eating into Darren Byford's space and a lot of other people's. Especially the ones that have been driving in the wet weather. Oh, and Bent Verschoren actually sets the fastest lap in P8. See what's happening with Verschoren. He should be pretty close to Murakami. Although we cannot see the two cars on the same page yet, and I just had to say that. Ooh, and both of the cars seem to be having some problems with traction control. Both of them have been slipping quite a lot out of the corners. Oh, and someone was standing in the infield. Interesting. Should probably take a look at who that is. Oh, in the meanwhile, Brent Verschoren nearly manages to clear the overtake. Can he do it now? Yes, he can. On the inside, nearly gets switch-bagged, and then still manages to clear the overtake. So he's up to P7 and now chasing down Moshunov. Though Moshunov is a bit further ahead by about 20 seconds, so that won't be happening. So let's see, the leaderboard is kind of sluggish and doesn't show what we actually want to see. There's really no battle on track as of now. If you have any racing related questions, I might be able to answer them, so please ask away in the comment section if you want to. In the meanwhile, I'll be looking out for some battles might be happening on track. Oh, there's one with Sebastian Paz chasing down Clifford Morgan. He's quite close with the Hub Auto Racing Porsche. Oh, sorry, it's not Clifford Morgan. It's Alessandro Galbarini, McLaren of Alessandro Galbarini. But Sebastian Paez isn't really as close as the leaderboard showed. So still 8 minutes left in the race. Just the last few minutes left. Baez is getting really close to the car ahead of him. He's definitely catching. But the question is, how much more does he need to catch Galvarini? There is not Galvarini ahead of him. There is one of the Oregon racing cars, and I think it is Tomáš Dani. Will Tomáš Dani get held up by a lapped car trying to overtake him? That is another question to ask. I mean, he doesn't really have anything to worry about. Ananyev is 9 seconds, approximately 9 seconds behind him. So probably he won't be having any problems. Looking at other drivers, Darren Byford is having trouble overtaking cars as well, although a lot of people are really respectful, unlike last year, where we had a lot of blue flag issues and a lot of people reporting people not respecting blue flags. Here drivers understand that blue flags have to be taken seriously. But Byford's pace is seriously dropping. He's already 22 seconds off of Fabio Gaiamini, while he was still catching him in wet conditions. Darren Byford's Ferrari looks a bit, how do you call it, banged up as well. Probably had some incidents which might be compromising his speed. Honestly, what I've discovered is that just by a slight contact as well at the front, you are going to be having such an aerodynamical disadvantage, eating into both your racing pace, acceleration, and cornering abilities. Because of extremely small changes in aerodynamic parts. So let's see, where are we? So Moshunov is currently catching Ananyev. The question is, does he have the pace to actually overtake him, or at least get to him? Because the gap between the two cars is still approximately 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, which is a lot to eat into in only 2 laps left in racing. Maybe 3 for these drivers. Put down in the comments who's your favorite racer so far, or who should be the driver of the day from what you saw throughout the race. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people put in a lot of work, but my driver of the day would go to Darren Byford by far, although he doesn't have the pace for now, and he's losing out to Fabio Gaiamini. But he made such a big improvement in his racing position in wet conditions that it was absolutely amazing to see. But I'm also interested in what your guys' opinion is. And of course, you know, why not just praise drivers? I think Darren Byford likes to hear that he's driver of the day by me. But I think it's even better coming from the comment section. So as we can see, Ananyev is trying to keep his position. He's actually quite fast. Even after just, excuse me, even after just a lot of incidents in the beginning of the race, he's still there. He's still in the top 5. And hopefully, or not hopefully, will get overtaken by Moshinov. Might not, might yes, I don't know. But Moshinov is right on his tail on the last lap of the race, or the penultimate lap. It really just depends on when Gaiamini finishes.
Give it all you can.
So leader is on final lap. So there will be another lap left of the race. Oh, and Ananyev is actually just behind Tomasz Dani as well. So it will be a 3-way battle for P4. Oh, Ananyev is really aggressive with the overtaking moves. Tomasz Dani really has to look out. And this last lap racing is nearly always the most exciting out of them all. So Maxims Ananyev, oh, on the outside! And he'll be losing the position. Not just his opportunity to overtake Tomasz Dani, but also his position to Moshinov, who overtakes him. And Moshinov now can move on to Tomasz Dani. He has 1 lap to complete that overtake. Oh, and what is happening? Maxim Zananyev trying to make a move on the outside. But he was really far off. So now it is a battle between Tomasz Dani and Moshinov. And they make contact.
The leader has finished the race.
The leader has finished the race, so Fabio Gaiamini will be the race winner of round 3 at the Red Bull Ring. And Darren Byford, what is happening? Not yet. We still have to think about, is Tomasz Dani able to overtake back? Darren Byford will be P2 for sure, and P3 will be Justin Vanhausen, but P4, we don't know yet. The last few corners. As of now, it's Moshinov. It's very likely that it's Moshinov. Still 2 corners left, but I don't think Moshinov will make an outstanding mistake, costing him a position. Oh, and it just started raining once again in the last lap. Oh, what is happening with Tomasz Dani? Tomasz Dani was going really wide, but he still manages to take it home in P5. What a nice race by the Hungarian as well. Then P6 will be Maxims Ananyev. P7 is Brent Verschoren. P8 is Akira Murakami. P9 will be Trevor Byford. 10. Galbarini. Then Sebastian Paez. Robaut, Kim, Morgan. Keitaro, Prabovo, Caprio, Yafat, Shafford, Stadani, and Testai was actually qualifying like quite high. So it's really, really interesting to see him that low. But I guess it happens. And P21 will be Mundo. So thank you everyone for joining in for this race. It was really a pleasure to commentate once again, and I hope to see most of you guys back at the Le Mans Ultimate League. Don't go anywhere far because we'll be back online in approximately 30 minutes, 40 minutes at the worst case scenario. Thank you everyone. Have a nice evening. If you are joining us for the endurance race, it will be a 1.5 hour endurance race in LMU multi-class. Only GT3s and hypercars though, because we didn't have any participants for the LMP2 category, but you can still join the series. Oh, I nearly forget the most important part. You can just search us up on SimGrid and join the series if you want to be a part of it. There are a lot of open seats. As you can see, we could be 40 people at max, and we are only 21 as of now. So if you want to join, do not hesitate. And ladies and gentlemen, see you back at